critical eye is the science lab, they could use a critical eye. They could use an authentic eye. Oh, that would make me so pleased, because then they would stop falsifying the reports that they're feeding human beings. So that's where the critical eye belongs. What this therapist had encouraged her to do was have a lot of criticalness toward a person that she's trying to break up a relationship with. Now, it's not a husband, but she was in close contact with this person. So I simply said, that's not going to help you get out of this relationship easily, because criticism begets criticism. So, and I laughingly said, hey, the place for criticism is in the science lab. It's not in the life lab. And I suggested that she look at him with a loving heart and a loving eye and not a critical eye. What's that going to get other than further separation, further duality? There's me against you. I've been telling you for a long time, with duality, you cannot go forward. You are fixated and everything stops. She went from there to, I really hate him. Whoa, okay. So now she's been programmed into, with a critical eye, I really hate him. And trust me, the guy did something particularly nasty and dastardly, but he didn't physically harm her. It was energetically harmful. So her hate is now frying her own heart, both physically and emotionally. So would you please drop the word hate? I sort of started out the program with hate and hatred. Why would you want to drop it? First of all, it does a lot of damage to all the organs, but most particularly the heart chakra and the physical heart. Hi there. I know I have a caller on the line. Hi, and who?
Hi. It's Michelle, Elaine. How are you?
I'm good, Miss Michelle. And you?
I'm well.
Good.
I'm well. So I'm listening in, and I don't know. How do you let go?
Here's how I'm doing it. I can only share with you how I'm doing it, all right? I'm very watchful of everything that's coming through my thought patterns. And I will simply say, drop it. Now, I'm going to give you a very real, tangible drop it. Michelle, this is a little known fact about me because there's no point in sharing it, and it was so subliminal that I almost missed it myself. I would tell you from probably about the time I was 5 years old, every day of my life, pretty much, I woke up with a sensation of being sad. And I realized a couple of weeks ago, wow, I'm really being sad. And I simply started to say, the me is false. The essence of me is false. The real me, the reality, is pure consciousness. It can't get sad. So I simply began to say, drop it. Do you know I've had an all-time record of 10 days of no sadness? Now, I've had other stuff. I walked into the station today, and I think Jeff didn't know what to do with me because I felt unput together, and I couldn't. I really actually was having a more difficult time with this gal's attack, telling me to stop using scare tactics. I really didn't realize it had sunk in as deeply as it had. Even though for the last 24 hours, I've been actually telling myself, drop it. It's not you. Drop it. So I practice drop it. I've got new mantras these days. I don't even say let it go. It's too wordy. So I'll tell myself, drop it. I will tell myself, I am that, with a capital T, because that means I am God. So what's not to drop? So whether the discomfort is emotional or actually even physical or mental, I keep going, there is only that. There is only that. And because, Michelle, I'm done with duality. I'm simply done with it. And I'm going to insist within myself that I stay in what is called non-duality. So I keep consistently practicing it. Sometimes I slip and slide, which is why I figure I'm a good mentor in it, because there's no haughtiness in me. There's no, I've got it, pull up the ladder, Jake. It's a case of, hold my hand. I'm slipping and sliding. It's like we're on ice. Hold my hand. We can slip and slide together. We'll skate along together for a little bit. If one goes down, there's the other hand to pull us up. But there's no conflict. There's no duality. There's non-duality. And it has been a very interesting practice. I can't say it's been hard. It's a discipline. You know, if somebody says, is it hard to give up the cupcake versus the apple? Well, what's your concept of hard? You know you're going to feel better with the apple.
Right.
So, and I'm trying to give up words like hard. I don't want to believe it's hard. I want to believe my natural state is non-duality. My natural state is being God. That's my dang natural state. That's your natural state. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay. That's all there is to it.
Very good.
All right. I love you.
Love you too.
Goodbye.
Bye.
You know, I know Michelle very well, and Michelle has had earth physical issues that have been challenging to the point where no one who is listening to this program would want to go anywhere near her challenges. And yet, I want to put my arms around her and remind her, okay, we can even drop the word challenge. It's just a belief. Our beliefs are not real. Our beliefs are transient. The real is the unchangeable core of you. That's the real. And all I can do is keep pointing myself there. And as I point myself there, if you feel like being pointed there, great. If you don't feel like being pointed there, great. It's all okay. Hi there.
Hi.
Hi, who's this?
This is Debbie. How are you?
Oh, I'm great, Miss Debbie. How are you? You got my right address.
Yes. I wanted to wish you a happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, sweet angel. You are so thoughtful, so kind. I didn't even get to that part of my program yet, and thank you for reminding me. I probably would have said goodbye to everybody without wishing the mothers a happy Mother's Day. But that is just so loving. And I know your mama can easily touch you that day, darling. So be very open to a little brush on the cheek, a little airwave thought, okay?
Oh, yeah. I know she's with me. I sent out my 40 Mother's Day cards, and yours is in the mail.
Oh, you're such a darling. Well, thank you. Well, she's going to certainly be with you that day especially, but I know she's with you every day. Your mama is cool. She's really right there, right at your side, coaching and inspiring and lifting you at all times.
Yeah, well, tomorrow's my birthday with the full moon, so.
Whoa, that's
Scorpio.
right.
And I have a Scorpio moon also.
Oh, my heavenly days. Well, you know, it is, I don't know if you heard me say, it is the Wesak Festival tomorrow. And I don't know if you're aware of what that is, honey, but it's one of the 3 major festivals which form the high spiritual point of the year, and all 3 of them occur in spring. The first one was at Easter, and that's celebrated in the Western Hemisphere at the Aries full moon. The second, tomorrow, is the festival of the Buddha. And so that's tomorrow's festival. And the third is called the Festival of Goodwill, which occurs in Gemini next month at that full moon. And it celebrates the spirit of humanity, which is dedicated to the right human relations. and a right human relation realigns itself with its understanding of its God self. So spring is a very, very powerful time. So tomorrow, super new beginning for you.
Yeah, well, I'm going to a new doctor on the 18th, so I'm praying that that's a new pathway for me.
It will be a new pathway. It'll be a good pathway. All pathways are going to lead you back to who you are. Every pathway.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had, I realized that, I'm called to, send my cards in my mail, and that's where my creativity lies, and that I'm a light, and that's my way of expressing it, to let people know that they really do matter and make a difference. But I've had to learn the lesson, like you have, to just let it go. If people want to stay angry and where they are, just let it go.
Yes.
Let them stay there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let them stay there, because I've had 3 people, recently that, have not wanted to demonstrate forgiveness, and, they just want to hold on to it all. And it's just like, I've reached the point where it's like, let it go. You want to be there, that's fine. And there's a 4th person that's like teetering, and I'm like, you want to be there, that's fine.
Yes.
You don't want to change your way of thinking and your thoughts, that's fine.
As frustrating, well, it's not, as much as you and I would like to see just a more harmonious world, this sounds very twisted, but I'm really kind of relieved to hear that you're seeing what I'm seeing. I hate to be in the boat by myself. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, well, I have 4 people around me. I mean, one is like resistant, but he's better off than the other ones. But the other 3 are just resistant, and I'm like, fine, stay where you want to stay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to stay that way, because even on days when I don't feel good, I'm not in the hospital. I'm 1,000% better.
That's right. That's
and
exactly
this
right.
shall pass.
Mm-hmm. And it will pass, sweetie. It really will. And it's a year. You're going into an interesting year, because you're going to hit a 7-year. You understand that?
Yes, tomorrow I hit my 7 years.
Yes, and that's a year of really wonderful spiritual recalibration and delving deeper into the clarity of who you are. And that's the portal. That's the large opening for you. So it's a beautiful thing.
So it's not a coincidence that I'm a Taurus and I have a Scorpio moon. And it's a full moon, and I was born on a full moon.
Oh, you were, honey? Wow. Okay. That's indicative of a very strong soul, I'll tell you that, which I know you are.
Yeah, but I didn't want you to I wanted to wish you a happy Mother's Day and thank you for everything. You've been my mom when my mom was here, but you've been my mom when she's just beside me. And
well, thank you. Thank you,
physical wall.
Well, I thank you so much, and I wish you the happiest birthday, and it'll be a wonderful, wonderful day tomorrow. Celebrate you in all your glory.
Yes, and enjoy your Mother's Day with your grandchildren and your son.
I surely will, sweetheart. Thank you very much. Bye, honey.
Okay.
Bye. Bye-bye. Before I get too far from the WESAC Festival, I want to tell you there is a really terrific website that does a lot of really great work. And I love the name of the website. I thought, this is so creative. I'll say it, and then I'll spell it for you. The website is soldout.org, but it's not SOLD out. It's SOULED, soldout.org. Once again, SOULED, soldout.org. When I see things like that, I think somebody had a great sense of humor. It just tickles me to see that they can be so creative and such a delightful play on words. Because sometimes we have sold out from our soul. Wonder how that would happen. So at any rate, they do have a lot of very fine information up right now for the WESAC Festival, including